Welcome back. We are here on Thursday at Radio Row Live, the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. I'm Mr. Controversy, my man D Intellectual over there. We have a special guest. We have a 12-year vet, or played 12 years, a 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers and others. My man, Jeff Garcia. How you doing today, Jeff?
I'm doing great, guys. Great to join you, man.
Yes, great to have you. So let's get to the good stuff, because you're here promoting Athletes Preferred, where you're promoting health, wellness, pain management, and recovery. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, as a former athlete, I'm all about health and wellness and really looking for those products that can benefit me and my lifestyle, and really from a positive standpoint. So what this is a CBD line. I know that a lot of people are talking about CBD. People need to be educated that it's not going to make you high, that it doesn't have the THC in it, comes from a hemp plant. But we have a whole product line at athletespreferred.com that are going to benefit your health and wellness. When you talk about anti-inflammation, joint pain, just minor aches and pains, especially as an athlete, we go through all of that. This will help you. This will benefit you. We have capsules, we have ointments, we have lotions, we have the oils, and it's just one of those things that I have learned more and more from over the past couple years, and have become a big advocate for. And if it helps me feel better, not just physically but mentally, that's something that I want to be a part of, and I think this can definitely benefit a lot of people out there.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about your playing career. You weren't a first round pick, and you went through your difficulties getting to the NFL. What was it in you that drove you, that made you do that, made you say, I'm not going to give up, I didn't go this way, I'm still going to get there? Right.
I think just that people always were doubting me, and it would just add fuel to my fire. I wanted to prove people wrong. I feel like, first of all, you have to be mentally tough in order to handle a lot of that critiquing or criticism, in the sense that people are trying to deny you what you truly believe you have the ability to do. And so coming out of college, as much as I was a record setter at San Jose State in 2.5 seasons of starting, I was the MVP of the East-West Shrine game. People in the NFL didn't want to give me that opportunity. They looked at me and they're like, well, he's not big enough, he's not this, he's not that. Everybody back then was looking for the next Troy Aikman. They wanted 6'4", 225. They didn't want Russell Wilson underweight back in the day. I think I was a little ahead of my time. Maybe if I'm coming out today, it's a different story, because the game they play today is the game that I was playing 15, 20 years ago. But that being said, I'm so grateful and thankful for the opportunity that I had to go play in the Canadian Football League, to earn my stripes, to battle, to overcome adversity, to learn how to be just mentally and physically tough, and just continue with the focus to go after my dream and live through those goals that I set for myself. And eventually, hey, that door cracked open, and you got to be ready for those opportunities. You can't let an opportunity pass you by and think afterwards, gosh, I wish I would have prepared better for it. I know that I'm capable of being there, but I wasn't ready on that one day. No, you may not get another day. So you got to be prepared for that opportunity. When it strikes, when it presents itself, you knock it out.
Do you think that the social media era today helps these athletes, especially the ones that's not getting all of the pub and everything?
Sure, I'm sure it does help a lot of these kind of self-made stars in a lot of ways get themselves out there a little bit more. It's a different world, man. I'm still struggling to kind of warm up to it. It's not a natural thing for me, and the self-promotion has never been what I've been about. And so, but I can't knock them for doing it, because there's a lot of opportunity that's coming out of it, and people keep pushing themselves out there and showcasing themselves and their talents and their abilities. And because of social media, there have been a lot of stars that have been recognized, that may not have been recognized, but there's also been a lot of negativity that's come out of it as well. And so being able to decipher the good from the bad and separate yourself from that. I mean, I deal with it with 4 kids now. I have an 11-year-old daughter and 10 and 9-year-old boys and an 8-year-old daughter, and they all want to have cell phones. They all want to be on social media, and I'm like, you don't need any of that. I didn't have it growing up. I had Atari, which had like 2 games, and I didn't like it. So I went outside and played until the lights came on, you know? And that's what I'm like, go outside. Come on. Well, Dad, come and play with us. Come and throw the ball with us. I'm like, there's 4 of you. You have your own little team. Go do it yourselves. But you know what? I'm blessed as a dad to be able to do it and get out there and run around with them, and that's why this health and wellness thing is so important for me. But yes, the social media, that whole world is a game changer today, and there's a lot of distraction out there too because of it.
You spoke on it a little earlier. You were ahead of your time. Let's talk about what you do in this league right now, where they can't touch the quarterback, they can't touch wide receivers, they can't do this. Like, let's talk about the numbers you would put up.
Yeah, you know, it is a different game, and I, to be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like that the quarterback. Some of these calls on roughing the passer, I'm going, that's ridiculous. How do you expect this D lineman or linebacker or whoever trying to battle through a blocker, just scratching and clawing, trying to find his way to the quarterback in less than 3 seconds, finally gets there. He doesn't have time to think about how I'm going to hit that guy. No. I'm just trying to get that guy, and then he's penalized for it. It's wrong, man. You hold a receiver for a brief second, or you knock him, hit him after 5 yards, it's an automatic first down. It's like there are certain things out there, and then for safeties or DBs or linebackers, the unprotected receiver, I mean, they're trying to jar a ball loose.
Right.
They're trying to make a play, and these things are happening so fast, there's not enough time to change your direction, change your head, change your focal point to eliminate having those it's a gladiator's game. It was built on physicality. Nothing's going to change that. What they're trying to do, I get it. We want to protect people. We want to lengthen lives and eliminate certain injury and head injury. I get that. But let's be honest about it all. The game is loved because of the physicality of the game, and we understand that as players going into it. We don't expect anybody else to protect us outside of ourselves protecting us. I think it's wrong.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is a quarterback. This is a quarterback saying this.
Absolutely, man. Hey, if I wasn't aware of my blind side and I took a shot in the back of the neck, hey, that's not, I mean, obviously, hey, you're like, hey, left tackle. Come on, man, you got to slow him down a little bit. But hey, I also had to be aware if there was a blitz that came off and it was my fault because I didn't turn the protection or I didn't recognize the hot route, that's my fault. I better be more in tune with what's going on, and I wouldn't have gotten hit in the face like I did.
Did they try to change your style once you got in the NFL and you start playing? Did they try to change your like mechanics and everything?
You know, a little bit. And that was only because I was coming out of the Canadian Football League game, which was different in the sense that I played more in the shotgun. So your footwork's different. I went to the San Francisco 49ers in 1999. They're running the West Coast system. They had Joe Montana, then they had Steve Young. They had never been in the shotgun. And now all of a sudden Steve Mariucci was like, well, our quarterback's starting because Steve Young got injured, turned out to be the end of his career. We got this guy nobody knows about, came from the Canadian Football League, played 5 years in the shotgun. Now we're asking him to take a 3 and a 5-step drop, which I could do because I did that all through college. I didn't play in any shotgun in college. But that being said, Coach Mariucci started to adapt to my style and incorporate it, but I also understood that the West Coast system was predicated upon timing and drop depths based upon route depths, and it was important to have your drop depth the right amount of speed, tempo, and depth according to the routes that were being run, the concepts that you were running. And so whether it was in the shotgun or from under center, I had to incorporate that. That is being lost in today's young quarterbacks. They develop early on as shotgun passers. They don't have the proper footwork that you need to have in order to excel. Let me take that back. There are guys that are excelling, and the game is adapting to their abilities, but guys who struggle, oftentimes outside of the mental ability to grasp it, it's that their feet aren't right. They're struggling with their feet, getting them in the right direction, getting their timing right. They're not anticipating. They're not getting their hips in the right direction. Their accuracy is off. All of those things contribute to whether you're successful or you're not.
Absolutely. Now, we know about your history with T.O. We know that. But he put up numbers. And let's talk about T.O. as a teammate, as a player, and in that aspect.
You know, I think this is obviously going to be a question that never dies, and it just got reborn last week with Donovan, I guess, and him. And I don't even know anything about that. I've just kind of heard about it. T.O. and I had a great working relationship as teammates on the field. I knew what he was capable of. I needed to get the ball in his hands so he could be a difference maker. When we played together in San Francisco, we were two of the top quarterback receiver duos in the National Football League. I look at that as being the positive. We had our issues just like anybody else. When you put competitors in a locker room, not everybody's going to see eye to eye all the time. We've been able to squash those issues and move on as men who have matured and who have grown and who understand that, hey, maybe certain things weren't always handled the right way. Hey, I was happy for him when he finally did get into the Hall of Fame. It should have been a first ballot thing. It didn't happen for whatever reason, but when it did come up again, I was a huge advocate and spoke highly of T.O. as a teammate and as a competitor on the field. I knew that he was going to be a beast in practice and on game day, and that's all that mattered.
There you have it, the words of Jeff Garcia. Now, they can follow the Athletes Preferred at athletespreferred.com, correct?
That's absolutely right. We have all our CBD product line at athletespreferred.com. Check it out. You can order and get to feeling right away.
All right, there you have it. Make sure to stay tuned. We will be back with more interviews and coverage.